vitamin E. Let's start with vitamin E, a nutrient that you may never expect to be listed as harmful to your health. For decades, vitamin E has been marketed as a miracle nutrient, widely praised for its many benefits. It's been said to promote heart health, protect skin from aging, and even slow down the visible effects of aging itself. With all these claims surrounding vitamin E, it's easy to see why it's a staple ingredient in multivitamins, anti-aging creams, and a wide variety of supplements. In fact, many seniors take it daily, often without giving it much thought, assuming it's harmless or even beneficial. But what if I told you that too much vitamin E could actually destroy your leg strength and cause damage to your muscles and overall health? Here's the catch. Vitamin E is essential, but just like any nutrient, it's important to consume it in the right amounts. High doses of vitamin E, especially when taken regularly, can be extremely harmful, particularly when it comes to the strength of your muscles and your legs. Vitamin E is classified as a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning it doesn't just pass through the body like water-soluble vitamins, such as vitamin C. Instead, it's stored in the fat tissues and liver for longer periods of time. This is a good thing in moderation, but it also means that if you take high doses of vitamin E regularly, your body may accumulate it over time and reach toxic levels without you even knowing. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that are flushed out of the body, the excess vitamin E stays inside, potentially causing serious harm to your health. For seniors, this excess buildup is especially concerning because it can interfere with neuromuscular function, which is the system that controls the interaction between your muscles and nerves. This system is essential for maintaining muscle strength, particularly in your legs, where balance, movement, and strength are all intertwined. If vitamin E is building up in your system and disrupting this connection, you might begin to notice that your legs are feeling weaker, your balance is off, and even simple movements like standing, walking, or climbing stairs are becoming harder than they used to be. It's common for seniors to experience muscle loss as they age, a condition called sarcopenia. But what many don't realize is that excess vitamin E can accelerate muscle weakness, particularly in the legs. You may find it harder to walk long distances or get up from a chair, and the muscles that used to support you through daily tasks are now weaker, making you more susceptible to falls. And the truth is, many people don't connect these struggles to the vitamin E supplements they're taking, or assuming it's just part of aging. Let's take this a step further. Excess vitamin E also has a powerful blood thinning effect, which might seem good at first glance because it can help reduce the risk of clotting. However, this blood thinning property raises the risk of bruising and internal bleeding, particularly if you're already taking medications that thin your blood, such as aspirin or warfarin. For older adults, who are often at higher risk for falls, this becomes a dangerous combination. When your blood is thinner than normal and you fall, you're at an increased risk of serious injuries, like deep bruises or even internal bleeding, which might not even show up until it's too late. Imagine slipping or tripping on a step while walking outside or missing your footing as you go down the stairs. These are common accidents that many seniors face, but with excess vitamin E in the system, these falls can become more dangerous and more likely to lead to serious complications. A minor fall can turn into a medical emergency, and all of a sudden what seemed like a harmless supplement could have played a role in exacerbating the situation. It's important to note that vitamin E toxicity doesn't just affect muscles. It can also have a profound impact on your immune system. Vitamin E in excess can weaken the immune response, making your body more susceptible to infections. This is particularly concerning for seniors as the immune system naturally weakens with age, and adding a vitamin overload on top of that could leave your body vulnerable to serious illnesses. So instead of providing your body with the protection it needs, too much vitamin E could leave you even more susceptible to diseases and infections that could be hard to recover from. Moreover, vitamin E toxicity has been linked to heart problems as well. In some studies, high doses of vitamin E have been associated with an increased risk of heart failure, particularly in those already dealing with cardiovascular problems. This is just another reason why it's so important to avoid overloading your body with supplements that you don't need, especially when they come with significant side effects. Instead of helping your body, these excessive doses are potentially compromising your health even more. Now that you know the risks of excess vitamin E, what can you do instead? The good news is vitamin E is still an essential nutrient, and it's completely safe when consumed in proper amounts. You don't need to give up vitamin E entirely. What's important is how you get it into your system. Instead of relying on high-dose vitamin E supplements, it's far better to get your vitamin E from natural food sources. Whole foods like sunflower seeds, almonds, avocados, spinach, and sweet potatoes provide vitamin E in a much safer and more effective form for your body to absorb. Not only do these foods give you vitamin E, but they also come with a host of other vital nutrients, such as fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats, which work together to support your overall well-being. Moderation is key when it comes to vitamin E, and natural food sources make it easier to control your intake and avoid any risk of overdosing. You don't need to worry about the dangers of toxicity when you're eating foods rich in vitamin E because they offer a balanced, healthy dose of the nutrient. As an added bonus, these foods can improve your overall health and help maintain the strength of your legs, keeping you active, mobile, and independent for longer. If you've been taking vitamin E supplements for a long time, it's important to have a conversation with your healthcare provider. They can help you determine whether you really need high doses of vitamin E or if a more balanced approach is appropriate. Your doctor can also assess any other medications or supplements you might be taking that could be contributing to vitamin E toxicity. Keep in mind that sometimes the total amount of vitamin E you consume from all your supplements and fortified foods can add up, leading you to exceed the recommended daily allowance. Be mindful of everything you're putting into your body. In summary, vitamin E is vital, but only when taken in moderate, natural amounts. Excessive vitamin E, especially from supplements, can silently weaken your muscles, compromise your immune system, and increase your risk of serious injuries like falls. If you've been taking high-dose vitamin E, consider switching to more natural sources and cutting back on supplements. By taking these simple steps, you can protect your leg strength, improve your overall health, and make sure that your body continues to function as it should, especially as you age. Your health and leg strength are too important to ignore. By being mindful of what you're putting into your body, you can avoid the silent dangers of excessive vitamin E and keep your legs strong, stable, and capable of supporting you in everything you do. Take charge of your health today. Your future self will thank you. Number 2, vitamin A. All right, seniors, let's dive into another vitamin that many of you may be taking, thinking it's doing wonders for your health. You probably know about the essential benefits of vitamin A. It's been marketed for years as a miracle nutrient, helping with things like promoting good vision, supporting immune function, and maintaining healthy skin. These are all extremely important aspects of health, especially as we age. It's no surprise that vitamin A shows up in multivitamins, fortified foods, and supplements, and you've probably been told by your doctor or friend that it's a must-have in your daily routine. But here's the truth that you might not know. While vitamin A is indeed a crucial nutrient, too much of it can be incredibly harmful. And for seniors, it's a potential game changer when it comes to your mobility and muscle strength. Let's break this down. First off, vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means it is stored in your body's fat tissues and liver. This is significantly different from water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C or the B vitamins, which your body can flush out through urine. In the case of vitamin A, because it's stored, your body keeps it in reserve for longer periods of time. This might seem like a good thing at first, right? It means your body has a stockpile of this important vitamin ready to go whenever you need it. The problem arises when you take in more vitamin A than your body can process. It accumulates over time, and because your body doesn't have an efficient way of clearing out excess amounts, it leads to toxicity. As you age, your liver and kidneys become less efficient at processing nutrients, which means that if you're not careful about the amount of vitamin A you're consuming, you could unknowingly be allowing it to build up in your body, leading to long-term health issues. So while vitamin A is essential for overall well-being, consuming it in excessive amounts can start to damage your bones and muscles, making it harder for you to maintain strength, balance, and mobility. Let's take a closer look at the bone health risks associated with high levels of vitamin A. One of the most concerning effects is the accelerated loss of bone density, particularly in your hips and legs. These bones are key to maintaining your ability to walk, stand, and perform daily activities like getting out of a chair or climbing stairs. When vitamin A builds up in your system, studies show that it can speed up the loss of bone mass, increasing your risk of fractures. Even a small decrease in bone density can make you more susceptible to injuries from a simple fall. And let's be real, falls are one of the leading causes of serious injuries for seniors, often resulting in broken bones, hospitalization, or long-term recovery. For many seniors, a fall can be life-altering, making it even more difficult to maintain independence and quality of life. It's important to understand that bone density loss doesn't happen overnight, but it does gradually weaken the structures that help keep you moving and active. As you start to lose bone mass, you may notice subtle changes in how you feel. You might find yourself becoming more fatigued after standing or walking for extended periods. You might experience more stiffness or discomfort in your hips or legs, or even pain that seems to get worse as the day goes on. Unfortunately, many of these symptoms are mistakenly attributed to normal aging, when in fact, they could be signs of vitamin A toxicity that is slowly undermining your bone and muscle health. But it doesn't stop at your bones. High vitamin A levels can also weaken your muscles, a condition known as myopathy. For many seniors, muscle weakness becomes a daily struggle that affects everything from walking to lifting groceries to simply getting up from a chair. Those muscle aches you experience after standing for a while or taking a short walk may not just be a sign of getting older. They could be the result of excess vitamin A wreaking havoc on your muscle fibers. As the muscles weaken, it becomes more difficult to maintain balance, and the risk of falls and injuries increases even further. To make matters worse, some of the most common foods and supplements that seniors consume are rich in vitamin A, and they might be contributing to your problems without you even realizing it. For instance, cod liver oil, a supplement often recommended for its omega-3 fatty acids, also contains a high concentration of retinol, which is the active form of vitamin A. Likewise, liver, whether it's from beef or other animals, is loaded with vitamin A. If you're consuming cod liver oil daily, along with fortified cereals or multivitamins, you could very well be unintentionally overloading your body with vitamin A. And remember, this all adds up. The cumulative effect of multiple sources of vitamin A in your diet can easily lead to toxic levels that begin to damage your bones and muscles over time. Let's stop for a second and think about the kinds of foods we're eating regularly. Many of us turn to supplements because they seem like an easy way to get essential nutrients. But when we're taking multiple supplements that contain vitamin A, combined with our regular diet of fortified foods and perhaps even cod liver oil, it becomes easier to hit that dangerous threshold. And the worst part is, many seniors don't even realize that their muscle weakness or joint pain could be caused by this buildup. It's often written off as part of the aging process, but the truth is that it's something that can be avoided with the right changes in your nutrition. But don't panic. There is hope. It's not about eliminating vitamin A from your diet completely. Instead, it's about getting the right form of vitamin A in safe doses. The best alternative is to switch to beta-carotene, which is the plant-based form of vitamin A. Unlike retinol, which is found in supplements and animal products, beta-carotene is much safer because your body only converts it into vitamin A when it's needed. In other words, you can't overdose on beta-carotene because your body regulates its conversion. Incorporating more beta-carotene-rich foods into your diet can be a game changer. Think about adding carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, kale, pumpkin, and butternut squash to your meals. These vibrant, nutrient-dense foods not only provide your body with vitamin A in a safe, natural form, but they also bring a host of other health benefits like fiber for digestion and antioxidants for overall health. By choosing whole plant-based foods, you're supporting both your muscles and bones without worrying about the dangers of excessive vitamin A. If you've been taking cod liver oil or high-dose supplements for years, it might be a good idea to talk to your doctor about adjusting the dosage or switching to other forms of omega-3s that don't contribute to vitamin A overload. While cod liver oil has its benefits, plant-based omega-3s found in flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts can be just as effective without the risk of retinol toxicity. When it comes to multivitamins, be sure to check the label to see how much vitamin A is included and make sure it's within safe limits. In the end, The key to preventing vitamin A toxicity lies in balance and awareness. While this vitamin is critical for your health, the key is getting it from the right sources and not overdoing it. By switching to beta-carotene-rich foods, adjusting your supplement regimen, and being mindful of your total vitamin A intake, you'll be giving your bones, muscles, and overall mobility a much better chance at staying strong for the long haul. These small adjustments now will have a lasting impact on your quality of life, helping you maintain your independence, strength, and overall well-being for years to come. Your future self will thank you for making these changes today. And before we continue, if you're finding this information helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. This way, you won't miss any of our upcoming videos filled with valuable tips to help you maintain your health and strength as you age. Join our community and let's build healthy habits together. Number 3, vitamin B6. Finally, we need to talk about vitamin B6, a nutrient that many people associate with mental clarity, energy, and even mood regulation. It's found in many over-the-counter multivitamins, energy boosters, and brain-supporting supplements. Vitamin B6 is often marketed as a miracle worker when it comes to supporting brain function and boosting energy. And for many seniors, it seems like a great addition to their daily supplement regimen. After all, who wouldn't want more energy and better mental function, especially as we get older? But here's the catch. Too much vitamin B6, even though it's water-soluble, can still be incredibly dangerous, especially for leg strength and mobility. First, let's talk about how vitamin B6 works in your body. It is a water-soluble vitamin, meaning that it should, in theory, be safe. Typically, water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C and B vitamins, are flushed out through your urine if you have more than you need. However, even though vitamin B6 is water-soluble, high levels can still accumulate and cause significant damage over time. As we age, our body's ability to process nutrients can slow down, which means that even though vitamin B6 isn't stored in the body the way fat-soluble vitamins are, it can still build up to toxic levels if you're getting too much over an extended period. This is why vitamin B6 toxicity is a hidden danger, especially when you're taking several supplements at once that contain it. Now, you may be thinking, how could a nutrient that is supposed to give me energy and keep my brain sharp harm me? It's a reasonable question. After all, vitamin B6 is involved in many important bodily functions, including metabolism, nerve function, and the production of neurotransmitters that help regulate your mood. It's also crucial for the formation of red blood cells, which means that in normal, healthy amounts, vitamin B6 is vital for your overall health. But when you take too much, the damage can be substantial, especially for your legs and nerves. Here's the problem. Excess vitamin B6 in the body can cause a condition known as peripheral neuropathy. This is essentially nerve damage that begins in the legs and feet and can affect your ability to move freely. It can start with small, seemingly insignificant symptoms, such as a tingling or numbness in your toes or the feeling of pins and needles, especially after standing for a long time or walking. While you may brush these sensations off as nothing more than a little discomfort, they are warning signs that something deeper is going on. If you ignore these symptoms, they can progress, becoming more severe and affecting the muscles in your legs. Eventually, you may find that your coordination is off and your legs feel weaker, making it difficult to walk, stand, or move normally. This is the part where it gets tricky. Many people mistake these signs for normal signs of aging, but in reality, they could be caused by excess vitamin B6, a vitamin that we often think of as harmless. As this nerve damage worsens, the effects on your legs can become more severe. You may begin to notice that your legs feel like they're dead or that your sense of balance is compromised. It becomes easier to trip, stumble, or even fall, which can lead to serious injuries. But the worst part is that vitamin B6 toxicity often goes undiagnosed because the symptoms resemble what many people assume are just natural effects of getting older. And unfortunately, once the damage is done, it may be permanent. Nerve damage from vitamin B6 toxicity can cause lasting numbness, poor coordination, and a significant decline in leg strength. This means you'll not only feel weaker, but also more vulnerable to accidents and injuries as time goes on. You might be wondering, how much vitamin B6 is too much? The safe upper limit for vitamin B6 intake is typically set at 100 milligrams per day. However, many over-the-counter supplements contain higher levels, especially when you combine a multivitamin, an energy-boosting supplement, and a memory support pill. Each of these supplements may have its own dose of vitamin B6, and if you're taking more than one, it's easy to end up with too much of this vitamin. What happens then? Toxicity. The buildup of excess of vitamin B6 doesn't just affect your legs, it can lead to other serious health problems as well, like permanent nerve damage and chronic weakness. And unlike some vitamins, you don't feel the effects of this toxicity right away. It's something that happens gradually over time as you continue to consume higher than recommended levels of vitamin B6. So how can you avoid the dangers of vitamin B6 toxicity? The first and most obvious step is to take a look at all the supplements you're currently taking. It's easy to forget about the vitamin B6 in your multivitamin or memory supplement, and many of us assume we're being responsible by taking extra vitamins for energy or to boost our brain function. But all those little extra doses add up quickly, and before you know it, you could be way over the safe limit. Next, consider switching to food-based sources of vitamin B6. Unlike supplements, natural food sources don't carry the same risk of toxicity. Whole foods like bananas, avocados, potatoes, chickpeas, and salmon are excellent sources of vitamin B6, and they provide it in a safe and absorbable form. Your body can process these foods much more effectively, and it's nearly impossible to get toxic levels of vitamin B6 just from your diet. So if you've been relying on supplements, it might be time to rethink that approach and opt for more natural sources. And what if you're already feeling some of the early symptoms of vitamin B6 toxicity, tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness in your legs? Don't wait for things to get worse. Talk to your doctor about getting a blood test to check your vitamin B6 levels. It's essential to identify the problem early before the nerve damage becomes permanent. If your levels are high, your doctor will work with you to adjust your supplement regimen and recommend safer alternatives. The key to protecting your leg strength and mobility is early intervention. If left unchecked, the damage from excessive vitamin B6 can be debilitating. Remember, vitamin B6 is an important nutrient, but like anything, it should be consumed in moderation. When you exceed the safe limits, the consequences can be severe, particularly for your legs, balance, and coordination. By choosing food-based sources and monitoring your intake, you can ensure that you're getting the right amount of vitamin B6 without putting your leg strength at risk. Don't be fooled into thinking that more is always better. In this case, less is more when it comes to vitamin B6, and your legs will thank you for it. In conclusion, I urge you to be mindful of your vitamin B6 intake. It's a crucial nutrient, but when taken in excess, it can wreak havoc on your legs and your ability to move freely. If you're feeling symptoms like tingling, numbness, or weakness, don't ignore them. Take action today. Consult with your doctor, check your supplements, and focus on whole food sources of vitamin B6. By taking control of your health now, you'll be able to maintain strong legs, improve your mobility, and keep doing the things you love for years to come. If you're a senior or care about the health of a senior, it's important to maintain leg strength. But did you know that there are certain vitamins we commonly use that could negatively affect the strength of our legs? Specifically, vitamins A, E, and D, when taken in excess, can have harmful effects on bone and muscle health. Too much vitamin A can reduce calcium levels in the body, leading to weak bones and instability in movement. Vitamin E, with its blood-thinning properties, can lower circulation, causing weakness and numbness in the legs. And while vitamin D is important for bone health, taking too much of it can reduce calcium levels and affect the stability of your legs. So always remember to consult with your doctor about the right vitamin dosage to maintain overall health, especially leg strength, so you can continue living strong and independently. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.